Last night, I dreamt I was young again. It was summer. A summer's dance. Dancing barefoot in the sand. How old would I have been? 26? No, 27. It was 2 years after the coronation. The year I met Jack. He'd bought me a Timex cocktail watch. Acted like it cost a fortune. I remember as if it was yesterday. Its polished chrome, shock-resistant structure, fully guaranteed, until I dropped it in the bath. Oops. Poor Jack. He was so anxious to impress. I must have proved such a disappointment. He courted me for months. All this time, I was sleeping with Frank. Sweet Frank, who stole away from his wife at night to go dancing barefoot. Summer. It was always summer.
Right. Hello, Maisie. Is it okay that I sit down?
I'm not talking. Not talking to someone with a ring through his nose.
I'm James. I'm training to be a healthcare professional.
Healthcare professional. He's just like the other one. Judy. She woke me up in hospital. Hello, my name is Judy and I'm a healthcare professional. I said, I thought you were the girl who did the dinners. She just smiled in that superior way they all have these days. You know the one I mean. And said, I'm a fully qualified nutritionist. They're all qualified these days. You need a degree in engineering just to stack shelves.
Do you know where you are, Maisie?
I'm trapped in a lunatic asylum with a tribe of bearded women. That's where I am.
You're in the Silver Twilight. It's a residential nursing home. You must feel unsettled here. Changing your surroundings and giving up your independence.
I shouldn't be here. Why am I here? I want to go home.
It is difficult when things change, isn't it, Maisie? But I'm sure you've seen a lot of change in your life. I bet things were a lot different when you were young.
I was born in 1928. A surprise to everyone, that's what my father used to say. He used to say, we weren't expecting you. You took your mother by surprise. Lily and Alice were already there. The Golden Girls with their lace party frocks and silk ribbons in their hair. They'd already been given everything. There was nothing left for me. I soon learned to borrow their toys. Later, borrowing their lipsticks, and eventually, when the time came, I borrowed their boyfriends. Lily had Eric and Charlie, and Alice had Dennis. He took me into the meadow. He took me into the meadow. I didn't steal him, I merely wanted a taste. Nothing beats the thrill of the first kiss. Father was the same until Mother caught him. Then we lost him to the other woman. She seemed so wicked and beautiful. I've been a taster ever since. Father left when I was 12. I remember his footsteps creeping downstairs, his fainted whisper to Mother that sent her sobbing as he entered out into the night, never to be seen again. Mother gave away his Sunday shoes, burned his old clothes, even removed his old photograph. It was during the war. You can't even imagine. You're just a child, sitting there with your daft haircut and that awful ring through your nose. Remember? We used to listen to the bombers flying across the channel at night. We must have been over 20 miles away, but still the ground trembled and the sky over the forest glowed the colour of blood.
Did you have any relatives, Maisie? You must remember. Were you married? Did you have family? Tell me about them.
What is he on about? I've had dozens of husbands in my life. Borrowed them all from friends and neighbours. I was 17 when the war ended. Looked so demure in my little white gloves and hat. Max Factor applied with a damp sponge. I looked so innocent, but I already had ambition. I wanted to be the other woman. The predator at Easter weddings, the veiled stranger at funerals. I was born to be wicked. That's how it felt. I snatched husbands from cinemas, libraries, restaurants and cocktail parties. Sometimes they might hesitate, pause to resist, but they always surrendered to pleasure. We'd make love in such wild and unlikely places, mad with excitement, reckless and willing. I'd wonder about those women at home waiting for their husbands. But I was always careful. I flitted across their lives like a shadow, leaving behind no trace of myself.
Let's try someone else. Max Bygraves. Remember Max Bygraves? Gilly, off-scene farer, cats and Ellen Bogan by the sea, a time forgotten. Why won't you talk to me, Maisie? I'm trying to make a connection. Do you not see what I'm doing here? We just want to help you unpack those emotions.
Don't bother, I'm not staying. I don't want unpacking. I'm not a suitcase, I'm not a bag of dirty laundry.
Hal Caron, Teddy Johnson, Russ Conway, Side Saddle, Kathy Kay. Billy Cotton's band show every Sunday. Do you know any of them? Any of your favourites? Maisie, who do you remember?
I'm saying nothing. I remember nothing. I'm not supposed to be here. I remember nothing in this world of shadows. I'm lost. Trapped in this awful place. How did it happen? We grow old. We grow old and people despise us. Look at him sitting there with his dirty plimsolls and his mutilated nose. He looks so pleased with himself, as if he believed that he'll live forever.
Maybe a change of scenery might help. Yeah?
You must have family, Maisie. Try to remember. Perhaps there is someone we can contact. Who is your next of kin?
Who do I have to call my own? Everyone and no one. Charles, Edmund, Wilfred, Stephen, Dennis, Clive, Michael. Why didn't I try to keep them? I couldn't bear to witness their slow surrender. I'll remember them strong and willing. The heat of desire. The stolen kisses. I took them dancing. Let them seduce me. Let them remember, just for a moment, how good it felt to be alive. Was it wrong to share such pleasure? We'll be dead in 100 years. I just wanted a taste.
Maisie, do you remember if there's any sons or daughters or sisters that are still around?
Lily eventually married a dentist, George. who later lost his practice and then finally lost all interest. They had a child. The child grew up so fat and forlorn and then ran away from home and lived alone and then perished in some sort of fire one night. Lily bought a bluebird caravan to save on the cost of holidays and finally died of despair in a pre-war Bournemouth bungalow. Alice married Duncan, a beast of a man with hairy shoulders. He was something big in the church, a pillar of the community, until she caught him reading girly magazines. He was hiding them in the back of his wardrobe. She tried to keep him amused with nudist weekends in Cornwall, but it wasn't enough, and he went off with the girl from the beauty counter.
Maisie, there must be someone, like a neighbour or a friend.
There was always Robert. He loved me from the beginning and adored me to the very end. It was 1968. I must have been about 40. Didn't feel 40. No one was 40 in 1968. I met Robert at a viewing for a painter who was famous for about 15 minutes. We had lunch the next day and fell headlong in love that same afternoon. He followed me everywhere. And when he couldn't, I followed him. Paris, Lisbon, Mexico City, wherever he was sent. I was happy to be his concubine, haunting hotel rooms and half-empty restaurants. In the mornings, we'd stroll along the boulevards as bright as sparrows, seeking the shade of the pavement cafes and the heat of the long afternoons. Sipping on coffee and lemonade. I couldn't marry him. Even after he left his wife. I was the other woman. The impossible dream.
You were always so selfish, Margaret.
What? Who's that? Who's there?
You were such a selfish, stubborn woman.
Alice, is that you?
Surprised you even recognise my voice.
Go away, Alice. Go away, I'm not listening. I went to your funeral years ago.
How could I forget? You were even flaunting yourself at my graveside. I don't know why you attended. Hadn't spoken in years. Not even a Christmas card.
I never send Christmas cards.
Well, perhaps you should have made the effort. Especially with family. You should have stayed in touch with your sisters.
Why?
She was jealous of you, Alice. She hated to think of you happily married.
Lily, is that you?
We're both here, Margaret. We're both at the hands of your envy. You couldn't stand seeing us so happy.
You were never happy, Lily.
Marriage is tough, like anything worth fighting for. I wouldn't expect you to understand. It requires thinking about someone other than yourself.
She can't understand Lily. She never stuck around long enough. Just those fickle, fleeting moments of lust. Real love is about compromise and tolerance.
You weren't obliged to get married, Alice.
I wasn't like you, Margaret. I had some respect for myself.
You married Duncan, a man who smelt like cheese and took you on nudist weekends.
At least I didn't end up an old maid.
Depends how you look at it.
Let's face it, Alice. Nobody wanted to marry Margaret. She couldn't keep her legs closed. She tried to come with all my boyfriends. Did you know that? She had Eric one night at a charity dance when I'd gone home with a migraine. He pretended like nothing had happened, like butter wouldn't melt. But I knew. I knew at once something had changed. He kept looking at her. They kept looking at each other. Something had changed. And then I caught her with Charlie in the back garden down by the potting sheds. He had that sparkle in his eye and his fly buttons were open. She just stood there smirking at me. Stealing boyfriends was one thing, but to steal husbands, it wasn't right. She should have been ashamed.
I wasn't stealing husbands. I was tasting them. I tasted men like wine.
They weren't free samples, they were somebody's. Like you could have been. You could have started a family. I pity you, Margaret.
The single woman, the lonely spinster. Or is that envy disguised as pity? While you lot scrubbed and scoured and scalded and crawled on your hands and knees searching for buttons and building blocks, I danced the night away and took as many lovers as my heart desired. I pity you. Strung out, stretched and sagging, stinking of milk and vomit. I was free.